Alright, hello everybody and welcome to a new video here where I'm going to be pinning another insect. And today what we're going to be pinning is this beetle right here. Now this was sitting outside on a bag. I caught it when I went camping. And we had left a small sink out overnight, a portable sink, and I had a little bit of soap in it. This beetle fell and landed in it, and it kind of somewhat drowned, and I found it in the morning. And I was like, well, I guess I can pin this. So I put it in a bag and we took it home. And that same trip I also found a cicada husk, which I think you guys were able to see in the last video. But here, today we're going to see if I can pin this. I have had this in ethanol for the past week, hoping to see if it would become more pliable because it dried out. It's been almost like a year since I went on that camping trip. So we're going to see now if I can go ahead and pin this. And if not, I guess you guys might not see this footage. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Go ahead and pour this out on my little dish here. Yeah, because I still don't have any tweezers. Alright, actually, we'll go ahead and find a pair of tweezers instead, so I don't have to deal with this. Now, of course, I hope I don't break it by using tweezers. So I'm going to have to grab a leg. And actually, out it comes. And look at that, I didn't even need to use the dish. So I'm going to go ahead and put that away. Lid this up. In here is actually a leaf hopper. It's hard to see, you can kind of see it. It's flipped upside down in there. Let me see if I can turn it. I guess not. Come on, turn over. Well, anyways, in here there's a leaf hopper. You can kind of see him right there. If the camera would focus. Yeah, he's upside down right there. I think this is a smoke tree leaf hopper. I will probably not be pinning this for a long time. But anyways, here we go. The star of the show is Beetle. It's been a while since I took my class, so I'm not sure exactly what kind of beetle this is. But we're going to identify it later and we'll know exactly what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and start touching it. It feels a little more pliable. Yeah, it's definitely softened up. It's more pliable. So I'm going to go ahead and just pin it real quick here. Again, using these same number 3 insect pins. See, these are black enamels right there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pull these guys out of here. I always keep them back in here and put them back in their baggie. But for the video I went ahead and took them out of the bag. So you have no idea how many times I actually stabbed myself grabbing a pin out from this. Alright, here we go. One pin. Now, there are some legs, and that leg and this antenna here, I might have to pin those to the side, so I'm going to go ahead and grab 4 more pins in case I need to use them. Go ahead and close this up now. And put it, actually I always forget, but I gotta tuck this in here. And you can watch me struggle with it because, of course, I think I got it. There we go. Put these off to the side. And here we are. Alright, so for beetles, I don't quite remember where I'm supposed to pin this guy, but I'm gonna go ahead and look it up real quick and I will be right back. Okay, welcome back. So I've looked it up now and I know exactly where I need to pin this guy. So it's gonna be hard to tell with this pin, but I'm gonna use the other end. So where we're going to pin this guy is on the right of the elytra. So right here, in this spot right here. That is where they should be pinned for the best viewing angle and things such as that, you know. So go ahead and turn him this way. We'll turn block this way, and then I'm going to turn the beetle himself this way. And I'm going to try to get this as perpendicular as possible. Let me bring you guys in just a bit closer. There we go. And so right here, on the right of the elytra, it's going to be hard to tell because the camera will be obscured, but I've pierced through. And now I'm going to try to straighten out the pin. And there we go. We went through all the way. And this is in a comfortable spot, this pin, where I feel that I can easily handle the beetle. Some better lighting right here. Right there. And yes, so right there, this beetle has been pinned. I know this is, you basically just seeing a black blob here. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get some better lighting here. Just give me a second. Okay, well I hope this lighting here works better and then we can see a bit more details on the beetle. If not, when it comes to the identification part, it should hopefully come out better. But yes, here's the beetle. Now this here antenna, right there, and this leg, I want inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and reposition them using this pin right here. I'm just gonna hopefully not break his leg. See, it's very tough, so I feel like this hasn't sat long enough. Like that makes me worried that I'm gonna break off the leg. But the antenna, I might be able to just maneuver enough and hold like that. And hopefully it'll dry in this new position here. But this leg, I'm not very comfortable pushing it back in. Okay. Alright, it gave. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick this pin right here, and that'll hold that leg in place. And now, hopefully this will dry, and look at it. It now looks more symmetrical, looks just a lot nicer. This leg over here, I'm gonna go ahead and bring that in too, slowly, to try not to break any part of the tarsomere or any other such thing. So there we go, a nice even looking beetle. And coming up in a bit, once this is all dried, I will go ahead and identify using my USB microscope. Okay guys, welcome back. It's been 36 hours and the beetle is now dry. Should be more dry than before. I can get the scene focus on it. I'll be removing the pins right now. I have found the stand for my USB camera microscope, and I have my laptop here with me so that I can identify the beetle. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so now we have the beetle here under the microscope, and of course this beetle belongs to the order Coleoptera, and now we will begin to identify it using the key for the common families of Coleoptera. So the first thing we want to look at here is to check if the head is into a snout or not, and the antenna, they can be different. So these antennae are more filiform. I'm going to pick it up here, and we can move the camera around. You can kind of get a glimpse here and see that this is not a snout. These are jaws, and it's not extended into a snout. So we can move on to the other one, go on to the second one of that dichotomous key. Alright, now moving on, we can take a look to see if the hind cocci are flattened and widened into large plates that cover most of the abdomen, and if it's aquatic, or if they're not greatly expanded and the habitat is variable. So, we can look behind here. You can see that these are not greatly expanded at all. They're pretty thin-ish. So this means we can move on to number 3. And that one says that the posterior margin of the first abdominal sterni is divided by the hind coxae. Antennae always filiform and tarsi usually 5-5-5. So let's see if that sterni is divided by the coxae here. Alright, turn this upside down. You can clearly see that the coxae, which are where the legs come out of from the body, they are not dividing that sternite at all. They're sitting very much above it. And so with that criteria, we can eliminate the top one and move on to the next one. So that brings us to number 8, which asks us if the tarsal segmentation is 5-5-5, 4-4-4, 3-4-4, or 3-3-3, or if it's specifically 5-5-4. So we grab here and we start to take a look at the tarsi. We're going to go ahead and start counting them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 on that first one. So we can already discount the bottom one, but we're going to go ahead and count on the whole segmentation here of each of them. So this one over here is 1, 2, 3, 4 yet again. And we'll move on ahead and take a look at the last one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 yet again. So this is a 4-4-4 tarsal segmentation. That moves us on to 9, which asks us if it's 4-4-4 or 5-5-5, and so it's 4-4-4, and that moves us to 10 here, where it's 4-4-4 or 3-3-3. That takes us all the way to 62, which asks us if it's tibia, widened, armed with a row of prominent flattened spines and cutter margin, where the mandibles are really flattened and projected forward, or if it's not that way. And so if we look here, we don't see any spines, so that tips us off that it's definitely not, that it's not the top one. But if we look here at the jaw, it's of course not protruding forward anteriorly, so that moves us on to 63. Now 63 asks us if the terminal 1-3 segments of the antenna are distinctly clubbed, or if the antenna are clavate, the last 2 to 3 segments are clubbed, or they're variable but not clubbed. So looking here, we can see that the antennae are filiform, so they're not clubbed, which moves us on to number 69, which asks us if the antennae are usually clavate, body oval and greatly convex to give a pill shape, or they're sometimes clavate but usually filiform, serrate, pectinate, or flabellate. The body is oval, then it's not greatly convex, and the head is sometimes concealed. So it's not oval, it's not pill shaped, and what we can see here is that the head is not concealed at all. This moves us on to 70, whereas the body is elongate and parallel sided or narrowing posteriorly. Antennae are usually much more than half body length and inserted into the notch area of the eyes, 3 to 50 millimeters long, or it's not that way. So we can look here at the antenna are notched into the eyes, and it's elongate, and we can see that these antennae, really the most distinguishing part of this beetle, these antennae are extremely long. Alright, they are a bit, I would say, over half the body length if you were to straighten them out. So it seems that here we're definitely looking at a cerambycid. In the family of Cerambicidae, this is a longhorned beetle. So there we go. There's another identification done. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe. I'm going to have more pinning and identification videos coming up soon. And if you guys don't want to miss out, just go ahead and make sure to subscribe. Alright, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.